Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing tonight? Today? This afternoon? This evening? Whenever you happen to be watching. So I have something a little bit different of a video for you, but I wanted to bring a challenge to you guys. This is unrehearsed, so if it sounds a little weird, sorry, but you know, I'm professional here. But basically, my thought, I was looking at my yarn collection one day, and I thought, wow, you know what I don't use more than other things, what I don't find myself reaching for, and I think a majority of those of us who have yarn collections can relate. Possibly. Some can. I do understand some people, don't have like yarn collections. You guys just get projects for what you get, and that's totally cool, totally respectable. Sort of envious in a way. But some prefer these, I suppose, is the other way. So not everybody is going to relate, but what I have everywhere, are things like this lovely yarn bee cake or this beautiful mandala cake. What do they have in common? Cakes. So I have cakes everywhere, right? Cakes. And I think a lot of people do. If maybe when you bought it, it was the most beautiful thing ever, and then you go to make your project and this is beautiful, but this one color, not so much. I don't really feel like color controlling today, so it gets put on a shelf, right? Or whatever the reason, you know. There's a multitude of them. Maybe it is where you are afraid to use it up. I have a lot of yarn like that, where, you know, once it's gone, and but the reality is it's just sitting there. It's just sitting there, you guys. So here's my challenge. Here's my challenge for me. Here's my challenge for you guys. I have a different twist on the Great British Bake Off. I thought we should try to have the Great Fiber Cake Off. Isn't that clever? Do you see what I did there? It's not really that clever, but it rhymes kind of, a little bit, sort of. You at least see where I'm going, right? Anyway, silliness aside, we all have cakes. A lot of us have cakes laying around. My challenge to everybody for the year of 2023, this is all year, is to use them, to find something to use them in, to find a project to use them in, to be inspired maybe to do that project that you got them for to begin with. And here's what I propose. Just as an example, if you have been watching my Stranger New Year videos, you know that I have been making granny rectangles. And I said I would reveal the purpose later. Well, it's later. I have had these. Now, these are Karen's cinnamon swirl cakes. If you remember Karen's swirl cakes, the roving Karen cakes that were out 2 years ago, I had quite the collection that I was very excited to get. And once I got them, they sat there in my collection. And they sat there. And I was happy to have them. And they sat there. And I looked at them one day and I thought, you know what? Let's use them. Let's just use them. So I took 3 colors. I had 2 cakes of each color. So let's do the math. 3 times 2. I had 6 of them. Each one of them became a granny rectangle. And I ended up joining them to make this blanket. Now, I will put in actual pictures of the blanket because holding it like this does zero justice to it. But you can at least see the granny rectangle. And because it's 5-weight yarn, it is nice and big and squishy. I'm very happy with it. Hopefully you can see the pictures that are up somewhere here. of it hanging up and spread out. But yeah, it's a nice, warm, thick blanket. The only parts of this whole blanket that are not in cake form, I had 3 random skeins, just random, of Bernat fleece, I believe it's called. I had 2 in this grayish color and 1 in this pink color, which the pink kind of matched this rose color right here in the Caron swirl cake. So I thought, I mean, not a perfect match, but it kind of matches it, right? So I thought it just worked. I would use the gray, since I had the most of that, to join it, and I did, obviously. And then the pink was a border color. I had enough of it to go around twice, and I had a little left over, but not a lot. So basically, in essence, this one blanket got 6 cakes and 3, it did have 3 skeins with it, but 6 cakes out of my collection, and it's used. And I really love this blanket. I would use this blanket, but also somebody that I know really loves this blanket, and it's probably getting gifted, and it wouldn't have even happened unless I just decided to do it. Just make it, right? It's also maybe good motivation to make some donation items from your cakes. If you have nothing particular to make them for and you want to make donation items anyway, cakes would be great for that. So herein lies the rest of my proposal. I propose, and it doesn't have to be blankets, like I said, it can be anything. I propose that we take this here, we thin out some of our cakes that are just taking up room, and we make whatever we want to make out of them. On my Facebook page, which is always conveniently linked below. If you care to join, there is one simple question, and it should auto accept you. If you are a maker of any sort, the question is very easy. I'm pretty sure it is still what's your favorite thing you've ever made. In my Facebook group, I will have a thread every month for us to put our finished products. It would be great if you tell us what kind of cake that you used to make it. The only thing I ask is that we'll say at least 75% of your make is from cakes. So like this would count because it's just the border and the joining that is not the cake. Everything else in the blanket is a cake. I can tell you that it is made from Caron swirl cakes. And really that's all I would have to do to enter it with a picture. So, and that it is made like basically from the time this video is out. Because like if you're going to work on blankets and it takes you more than a month, that's fine. Enter it in March's drawing or April's drawing. That's fine. But then I will have each month like a small prize. It's not going to be anything super amazing, 20,000 balls of yarn kind of thing. But I will have it's like a surprise small prize drawing each month. And yeah, why don't we do this and get rid of some of our yarn in the process? So I ask, will you guys join me for the Great Fiber Cake Off? Because I would love that. I would love it if you would join me. I plan to make definitely more things than blankets with my cakes. Some ideas, I plan to do some amigurumi because I want to do some of my monsters with them. Some cakes would make really nice hats. Shawls, obviously. You could use them in like together and make, in fact, if you use different striping cakes and held them together, you can make really cool looking baskets, I bet, out of them. There's a ton of different ideas that you could do. So yeah, will you join me? This is your invitation. So just join my Facebook group, and you don't have to join my Facebook group if you don't want to. That's just the way you would enter for the drawing. If you want to just show me what you've made, you can feel free to email it to me. If you are a content creator and you want to just show it off on your channel, and just participate, basically, that's fine too. You could just add the Great Fiber Cake Off in your title. That would be cool. Or your description, or, you know, whatever. But yeah, like I said, I would just love it if you guys would join me, and I think it's a great way to work down some of our collections that would normally just be sitting there and sitting there. Because 2023 seems to be not just my personal goal to reduce my stuff, but it seems to be a lot of people's. So I just thought I would bring about a new idea, a new way to maybe make that happen. So yeah, I just look forward to seeing the stuff that you guys make anyway. So it's a selfish idea on my part to ask you to join my Facebook group and add your pictures, or to email them to me, or whatever you want anyway, because I just want to see them. But yeah, I think that is everything. Look for the thread to pop up after February 1st, because I can't imagine today's January 30th, so obviously it's not going to pop up now, so but it will be there. So yeah, whenever you are ready to pop it in, just enter away. And like I said, I ask that you make it during the time period that this has started, and so throughout this year now, starting now on, and that it is 75% cakes, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. So thank you for joining me for this video. Let me know if you plan to join in, and if you have any ideas. And yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. I love you guys. Bye.